Hello, everyone, and welcome back on part two of this tutorial on how to animate a simple basic jump in Autodesk Maya 2019. So as we left this animation in the first place, where we have this blocking plus stage, really simple and yeah, an animation that I think we're in a good shape at the moment. So right now we're gonna be uh, going into a little bit more in depth of the shot and try to put some little more informations, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So this is going to be a little bit more a tricky part because as I said in part one, and if you lost part one, you can find the link in the descriptions below. And so I've put like informations a little bit like randomly as I felt, throughout towards the way. um, and so maybe I'm gonna be finding some issues later on, like pieces of the foot of the character like moving and sliding, whatever. So these are things that can happen. So it's a good thing that we actually made these kind of choices. There are not mistakes. It's like a way that animators may prefer as technical choices while you're doing their shots. And sometimes when you do a certain kind of choice, you can maybe rather find some difficulties later on because you realize that you've done something that's a little bit too complicated to handle. But it's gonna be always a training, so that when you find yourself in a difficult situation, you're always ready to say, okay, let's go there and do this kind of fix. So let's get right into it and see what happens now. So what I would like to do is going into this important part, which is the moment where Bali is about to fly away with his jump. Um, and so, yeah, let's open here my perspective view, but our camera is this one on the right. So I want to select everything, and what I want to do is put a keyframe favoring a little bit more. Yeah. Right. So at this point, what I've done is like keeping the foot on the ground. So I was really fast in this kind of doing this little fix. So I selected the foot, and when twin machine, I went right on the left. So to keep the pose that we have before here on 24. So because if we manage to do some fixes here, as you can see, it's like doing this things that we don't want to have. We want to still have the foot stick on the ground. All right, so it's not bad what we have right now. And then here, let's put it like an in between on 30. Yeah, that maybe favors more. Okay. So it should be good. Maybe the thing that I would like to do here is keep a nice arc, like the foot still a little bit more back. So let's just rotate it a little bit more back. Okay. So it's not bad. So one of the things that actually I would like to say is that, as you can see here, we have on 30 some controls on the rotation and also on the foot roll. So it's like you can see there are some, it's a little bit of mess, right? So maybe what we would like to do is keep what we have on 28 and maybe just continue having that. Okay, so not having rotation on the X rotation. Okay, so work on these twos. Okay. Because what we have here on 30, actually, this is what can happen sometimes. If we're animating in a way that we're using the X rotation, for instance. Sorry, as here. Sorry, as here. We're working with the rotation and not with the foot roll that's on 0. And here, for instance, it's the reverse. So we are not animating with the foot we're animating with the foot roll and not with the rotation. So in this case, we can try to tweak the animation and do this little fix that can happen sometimes. Okay. And say, okay, maybe I find myself in this kind of situation. What would I prefer using? The foot roll or the actual fix here? I mean, animating the rotation rather than the foot roll. So this is a choice that only you can feel that what's best for you. What I would like to do right now is actually to see at this point I've been working with the foot roll, right? And what I want to do is try to keep my animation not with the with the rotation, but working just with the foot roll. So it's a choice that it's better that you make as soon as you can without, avoiding to make some mistakes like this one, right? So right now, yeah, we're in a good spot. So what I'm trying to do is to keep the animation using the foot roll also when I'm in air. You can maybe do the reverse and maybe work without using the foot roll while you're in air, but I will prefer doing this just because at this point of the animation, as you can see here, I preferred using not the X control to have this kind of pose, but work still with the foot roll, right? So I prefer doing this, and then I will find myself here at this pose at 36 that I remember that I used the foot roll to get this pose, to have this kind of shape. So this is gonna be helpful now because all the animation is basically of the foot is mainly with the translate controls X, Y, and Z and the foot roll without any rotation. So we're not going to be using that in this case. That's going to be helpful for me for the way that I would like to approach this shot. I know that it can feel like a little bit complicated because actually we're handing a simple animation, but at the same time it's really technically complicated for who's starting animation right now. Maybe he's or she is a beginner for who's a beginner right now. But no worries, everything is all right. This tutorial is for you. So to let you see that it's even the hard things can be handled simply. But anyway, if you have any kind of questions, I'll be happy to hear from you. So right now we have this part of the animation. So we're still going up. And now at 34, let's start. Let's put a key on the entire character here. So at this point, I would like to have the pose a little bit like, yeah, like the foot starting to move forward, to say, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to go forward in order to avoid the impact with the ground. Okay, so let's use the foot roll as we said before. Let's bring this back in order to create the sense of drag. Okay. All right. So at this point, I think that what we can do is also create a little bit more rotation in the head back here. Maybe the head can stay a little bit more in place up there. Okay, what I would like to do is also rotate down here the head. This maybe bring up the head, and maybe here bring up a little bit more everything. I'm trying to like trying to see a certain kind of arc that the head can do, like, you know, that always needs, everything needs to move fluidly. So actually here what I'm seeing is that it should be still rotated back. Maybe also here to rotate it back. Okay, so this part, I think then maybe we can bring it back a bit. Okay, so I feel that it's not bad at all. What I think is that maybe we can put like a couple of frames. Let's see if actually what happens if I put like another in between here. To give it like a little bit more time in air, but I feel that it's too much, so no, I just deleted it. So maybe what I'm thinking is that what I would like to have is something. I'm just moving like straight forward in order to do what I feel could be best. Okay, let's put a key here. Let's move this guy a little bit more. Because I feel that this should be higher. So as you can see, sometimes when we're doing some tweaks, we realize that maybe what we have is wrong. So sometimes when we also do a blocking, then we go into blocking plus, we realize that certain things can move better. Okay. And also, what I would like to do here is create a pose where the head is rotated back a bit. Taking that momentum, we are not gonna have any kind of foot roll, but we can put like a little bit of just ball roll here. Okay. This is actually going forward. So this guy is okay. Okay, so I feel that all this animation should be faster at this point. So let's take it back. As you can see, this is a thing that happens a lot of time. At least to me. What I want to do now, first of all, is to save our animations. Save often. Really, this is a thing that I want to say to everybody. Because sometimes it can happen that you're animating a shot and you're working on it for a long time, and then there a blackout comes and everything's gonna be shut down and you're gonna lose a lot of work that you've done so far. So okay, so it's not bad. Actually, what I would like to do here is create a little bit of a softness. Okay, cool. And at this point, yeah, let's put like another key here. Rotate the head. Okay, so it's not that bad. I need to say, need to be honest. So cool. So basically, what we have right now is a blocking plus that it's like a little bit more than a blocking plus for me, because usually when I go to step 2, it's really a point where, because as you can see here, I'm on step 2 in certain points, and these are the most important parts of the animation. So basically, now that we've done this, what I prefer doing is taking all my keys right now, because these pieces here, when we're on step 4, they are really soft. So actually, for now, we can go in there and maybe do some changes and put some in betweens, of course, as we can. But in this case, I just want to turn everything to spline, because the most important, full of detailed part is this one. For me, I just want to adjust a little bit more this part here. Put also a little bit more of ball roll back. Okay. It's a really heavy jump. Like, you can feel that there's a lot of energy in there. So the character is not jumping so much high. I need to say. Nice. I just wanted to put a little bit of arc that we can avoid later on, because actually maybe I'm realizing that it's too much. Yeah, but we can do it that later eventually, or maybe not. We'll see. As I said, I don't want to go too much in details, because otherwise it will take forever. But so at this point, I want to be sure to have a key on every single key here. Okay. And let's go into preferences, tangents and auto tangents. This is what I want to have now. Select everything. Yeah, so let's shift, left click selected, and select every part of the keys of the tangent. Or what you can do is like double click on the tangent on the time slider, right click, tangents, and auto. So let's see what we have here, and be sure to watch and the right side of the screen. So this is our camera, not this one. That's our perspective view for selecting the character. Okay, so actually it's not bad at all. I see that we can do some tweaks, because there are some places where actually it's not really working as it should. The first thing that I noticed is this point. As you can see here, the foot, once it touches the ground, I would like to make it snap in one frame on the ground. So what I want to do is go here, boom, and make it snap here in just one. Yes. And also, I feel that maybe the head can stay a little bit up at this point. But I want to go and open up my graph editor to see this. So let's just open the graph editor and see a little bit what's going on in the TY. Okay. Okay, so maybe what we can actually do is to keep it up. Oh, sorry, I was selecting the wrong thing. So what I want to do is like keep the head up a little bit and rotate this one back. As you can see here, one of the things that I want to try doing every time is to have a nice curves. Okay, so For instance, at this point, what I want to do is clean this one up. And then later on, we'll see if actually we're doing something wrong. Okay, I already feel that it's better. I need to be honest. Okay, so right now what I see here also is this little part of the foot that is sliding. So I want to bring up the ball roll. And also at this point, I'm not even sure if it's a good idea, but I would like to go frame by frame and keep the foot a little bit more on the ground, you know, towards the where it's coming from. And also maybe I would like to put the the foot roll. Yeah, put less of a foot roll. Maybe you know what I can do is that's why we need to put also these kind of things on 0. So let's do another thing. Select everything, take the tween machine, and boom, put it back like this, and just work adjusting a little bit the foot roll. Okay. All right. And in here, what I would like to do actually is to check this tangent, which is the TZ, and see if it's like maybe moving too much. Yeah, also this part. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Maybe also the foot roll. Okay, so I don't feel that it's that bad. As I said, it's a really heavy jump. And maybe here, at this point, I'm thinking that it would be good to keep a little bit the foot up here. All right, so it's coming along. We're going really slow, but it's coming along. And also here, I would like to go frame by frame and avoid having the knee completely straight, to just keep it always bent just a little bit. Maybe in this part here, if I need to be honest, I would like to keep it as straight as possible. So let's just do some tweaks. Okay. Because this is the part of the animation where actually it's really important to keep it And I need to be aware to not make it slide, because right now I'm feeling that this is like sliding back, so the foot should be more. Okay. And also here I will actually prefer, you know, trying also frame by frame. Maybe I need to be honest and say that it's a little bit too much. Again, bring this up a little bit. Okay. Cool. So another thing that I would like to do is to still keep that momentum. Where the head still continues going down. Right. And so here. And maybe, yeah, start bringing the head forward a little bit. Okay. Also here, actually, I would like to cut this frame. So I don't know if you can feel that it's moving. Also this one, I would like to, or maybe not, that's good. Yeah, so it's much better now. I want to clean up a little bit these parts. Okay, so it's not bad at all. Okay. And what I would like to do is, because I feel that maybe the head could stay up a little bit more, like a little bit more of hang time. So what I want to do is like keep it up as much as I can. Yeah, these kind of little tweaks. The same thing is with the foot. So just trying to keep it as much as I can. No, to not create that too much pop in the knee, because as you can see here, there's like, it's bent, then it's almost straight and straight, so that's a little bit too much. So maybe here I can actually bring the head down a little bit, just a little bit. These are really certain kind of details that maybe we can avoid for this kind of tutorial, but just to have fun with. We're just doing them. Okay, and so yeah, so it's not bad at all. What I would like to do is still keep a little bit the head up there. Just a little bit more. Oops. Just to give that sense of cartoonish. Okay, so yeah, it's not that bad. One of the things that we could do at this point, but it's a little bit more hard work, is like creating more hang time. Just stuff like this. Like keeping that ball up there more, but in this case it's too much. We could maybe just see how it goes if we add 2 frames more. It's nice, but I would avoid doing this right now because we are losing that a little bit sense of realistic choice of like heavy kind of jump. Okay, so I would really have fun doing this, but I will avoid doing it just because it can take a little bit more work to maybe creating that too much cartoony-ish feel. So like jumping and maybe staying up in the air and then boom, going back down. So that's a completely new kind of style. I just want to tweak a little bit this part right now. It's feeling keeping the foot a little bit more back so that it's like giving him more time. To move. Forward. Okay, and the same thing is with the head. Just want to check a few things. Yeah, just trying to clean up little things that I'm seeing, but are really subtle things. Yeah, so we could go on forever tweaking these little things, but for now, it's not bad at all what we have. So one of the things that I would go and do right now is avoid this pop in the knee. So you can see that the leg is bent, and then straight, and then bent again. So this is a mistake. So what we can do is try to work on the stretch. There we go. And work on it frame by frame. Okay, so now here maybe I can add it a little bit. Here we can remove it. This is like cheating a little bit. All right, so if we don't want to mess up what we have on our head and foot, here it's too much, so let's okay, let's put a little bit more here. Delete this one. Yeah. Yeah, so it's still a little bit popping. Still popping. So we can reduce here. Accentuate this one. And one of the things that we could also do is, yeah, work on this one. So, you know, to create a certain kind of arc. You can see. I'm going to use the tween machine to play a little bit with this tool here. Yeah. See, we created a little bit of arc in the knee. See, like that it's not popping that much as before. Let's straighten it up a little bit here, just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It's working much better now. So yeah, we've got our animation, and let's close here and keep it in looping. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's been a really long tutorial. I just want to save the animation, use the playback cache, so it's gonna be fluid as we see it. Cool. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and this is not a really complicated animation. Oh, I think it's frozen everything. Yeah, cool. Boom. This is the animation is just everything was blown away. We're gonna reopen Maya for a second, and just to keep the animation looping. But while I'm doing this, simply I would like to let you know that this kind of animations can take a little bit of time on creating them, but actually it's worth of it. I really recommend students to let's just go here and open the animation that we had before. There we go. As I said before, we really need to be aware and save our animations. As you can see, Maya can explode. So this is another thing that it's helpful that just happened, so that we can see. I can be like an example of the proof. Let's say that we always need to be there, ready to save our scenes. Otherwise, you never know, Maya's gonna crash and boom. So cool. I really hope you enjoyed this animation, and yeah, so thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or whatever, just comment me in the section below, and yeah, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content, and so yeah, this is, of course, there are some little details that we could work on during this pass of polishing, and yeah, but at this point for me the animation is working already. So for a good stage of like presenting it and saying, okay, to director, to the supervisor or director, okay, this is the final animation. And of course, we can tweak certain things, and if it's needed, of course. And of course, I feel there are a few things that we could tweak, but it's not a case right now to do it. Like it's an animation I did just for as a demonstration. So so cool. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you have any kind of questions. Hope to hear from you soon. And as always, happy animating. Bye.